Hey friends, I've been personally working with contemplating a wisdom teaching from the Tao Te Ching that really struck me that I'm still turning over and practicing with to try to understand to work for myself. So I wanted to share that with you. I'm going to share screen quickly. Here we go. This one. Okay, so this is the teaching from the Tao Te Ching, and it says, if you let yourself be blown to and fro, you lose touch with your root. To be restless is to lose one's self-mastery. To be restless is to lose one's self-mastery. So, what does that mean to be restless? Um, you know, I was having this conversation with my son, and I was like, well, what would the opposite of that be? And we were brainstorming words that felt like the antidote to the opposite experience of restlessness. And we came up with things like calm, grounded, centered, peaceful, serene, equanimity. And restlessness has more of this, like this energy that is a little bit scattered all over the place, like a very high energy, almost like dysregulated nervous system that does not know how to kind of keep it together, right? It's disorganized, it's hyperactive, it's distracted, it's anxious. So to be restless, to be distracted, to be in your worries and anxieties, to be spinning out in your thoughts, to be just like frantic and frazzled in your physical body is really counterproductive to self-mastery, right? This is what Lao Tzu was pointing out. And we know this from modern neuroscience. There's this understanding that there's this window of tolerance where your nervous system is regulated, where your body and your mind and your emotions are calm and steady and stable and not flitting to and fro, as Lao Tzu says, right? And from that place, from that window of tolerance, we have amazing capacity to be productive, to work on our goals, to have clear communication, to, really manifest and succeed at what we're trying to do, to think things through with some logic and rationality. There's a real ability to function well when we're in a regulated state of non-restlessness. But when we're hyper regulated, and our mind is all over, our body's all over, our anxiety is on high alert, we're in a fight, flight, freeze kind of state of being, we know that we don't make good decisions there. We know that we don't have calm, caring, compassionate conversations and communication from that place, right? We're highly reactive. The other state is being hyporegulated, where there's just a dullness and a flatness and a boredom, which is another type of restlessness, actually. Like, I'm so restless, I'm so bored, I don't know what to do with myself. So you sit on the couch watching TV all day, or you just kind of distract yourself with things, and that's also not a state from which we are at our very best to be productive. So, my question for you is, how do you kind of avert your own restlessness? How do you first notice when you're restless? Like, where in your body do you notice it? Is it like a fluttery in the chest? Is it like the mind is, la la la? Like, how do you notice that you're even restless? And then what is your response to that? Right? How do you take care of and manage and master your own restlessness so that you can restore calm, balance, equanimity, peacefulness, and self-mastery, right? To in your life. So I'm really curious. I'm asking you this for real. I would love for you to leave comments in the chat below and tell me what are your go-to ways of, first of all, noticing and then addressing restlessness so that you restore, and re-regulate, so that you could be at your best. Okay, so now I have a few, I'll share some of mine. So one thing is I love to sit on the floor. I literally getting on the ground, getting low, solid, steady on the ground is very settling for me. So that's literally grounding. Another thing I love to do is put my legs up on the wall. So that is lying on my back. So now my head, my shoulders, my back, my sacrum are all rested on the ground, but my legs are up. So there's an inversion and a flow of energy that is very, very calming to the nervous system. Another one that I learned is that you can take a palm of your hand and the other palm and just gently, very gently press down on the top of your head. And this creates a sense of like, I'm safe, I'm contained, I am somehow creating a container for all of those thoughts, which can be a little out of control. Um, I also love Qigong practice of shaking. This is when you have a lot of extra hyper energy in the body and you need to release it somehow. I mean, I'm very fitness oriented, athletic oriented. So, what is your go-to sport or way to release physical energy from the body? That's a great practice, whether you walk or run or lift weights or something, do some sit-ups, do some jumping jacks. The Qigong practice of just kind of shaking out energy is another way to just reorganize a disorganized nervous system that is too restless. And by choosing to engage in any one of those activities, you are reclaiming your own self mastery. Um, Other things, meditation, obviously, any mindfulness practice. And meditation doesn't have to be sitting, it doesn't have to be with your eyes closed. You can be mindful in any moment of whatever you're doing. What that means is to draw back your attention, your distraction from your phone, from everything else going on. And you're just focusing on the one thing that you are engaged in at this moment, whether that's your breath, whether that is a sound you're listening to, whether that is something that you're looking at, whether that is something you're sensing on your physical body, externally, internally, whether it's washing your dishes, right? Whether it's having a conversation with another person, right? What does it mean to be fully, fully present, engaged, and filling your mind, mindful, restful, instead of being in, multitasking consciously or unconsciously, right? So any kind of mindfulness practice is a great antidote to restlessness and a great way to cultivate self-mastery. Let me see if I have anything else for you. I think that's what I've got. Again, like I said, I'm still working with this teaching. So I've been now for about a week just meditating on this teaching by Lao Tze, right? To be restless is to lose one's self-mastery. And it's almost now at the point where when I'm feeling restless or jittery or like a little frazzled, I'm it's like already being recalled for me, like, oh, wait a minute. I'm not in self-mastery in this moment. How do I work with this? And so it now becomes the thing, the anchor that pulls me back. So it's a practice. I wish you good practice. Please leave comments. I'm really curious to learn from you and how you're using this wisdom. Okay, take care. See you soon.